Here we go. It says we're going live.
Yeah, lies.
Well, we have a blinky light, so I'm assuming they can hear us.
Whatever. Oh, let's see here. If you'd like to keep the air conditioner running, because it's February in North Texas and we need the air conditioner, donate here.
Until the weekend, but then we'll need the heater.
Then we'll need a heater. If you couldn't see that one, you can see this one. If you like coffee, talk to these folks. Let them know you heard about it here. So they can restock our coffee supply because we needed coffee. Check out this. Boy, it's really weird trying to for t-shirts with snarky sayings. It's tinyurl.com among the leaves tees. So that's for if you like snarky t-shirts, go there. Before we get really rolling, I'd like to wish Bridget Correa a happy birthday.
Yes.
And also Liz Yarborough. Liz Yarborough is having a birthday today. So make sure what, 12?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hippo birdie to all.
Yeah. Hippo birdie to you.
And we have Cedar
Cedar's
sitting
in the
off to the
house.
side.
All right. We have the Rita Foxes here.
Just no.
Like Rita, very short.
Short, big eyes.
Yeah. Big blue eyes. Big
Glitter.
blue lethal eyes.
Yeah. No longer blue hair.
She used to have blue hair a long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Rita Fox.
Just wish I could get a friggin' water bottle that would stand up by itself.
Well, good luck with that.
Aquafina went cheap on their bottles.
My shirt. It says, if you can read this, I found your ring.
Yeah. I tagger. Love the shirt, but it ain't my ring, man. Yeah. Yeah. Oh. Anyway.
Yeah. It was warm enough today that I didn't feel like a button-up shirt.
Well, it was not that warm this morning when I woke up.
No.
I went outside and went, damn. Can you read it now, Liz? Anyway, the rant that I forgot on Tuesday.
Oh, yes.
Is the friggin' administration has decided that the illegals are not getting good enough care. So now they've dumped it off on the VA to give illegals priority over veterans for care.
Not going there.
Since this is more or less a family show, I will not say what I'm thinking about that.
Old man yells at cloud.
Yeah. There's a few other people yelling at clouds. And some are thinking other things other than just yelling. Trust me on that one.
Veterans can't get decent care at the VA as it is, much less being shunned to the back of the line at the VA.
I will honestly
we
say
got a overnight FedEx envelope today with 3 sheets of paper in it that all said the same thing, which is that Sanford's disability claim has been referred to a doctor for review.
Yeah.
We have already gotten a decision on said disability claim.
Yeah.
So why this is and where this came from, I have no idea.
Because it's probably 3 months overdue.
It's the VA.
FedEx overnight, 3
Yeah.
months overdue.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was the VA or FedEx.
Yeah.
Why not both?
Actually, I have to say, I have been extremely lucky since I've been out here with the VA in Oklahoma City. They're very good to me.
The VA in Oklahoma is really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, the medical, I mean, we had to shout about the one cardiac doc because, but the medical and the disability are two separate, entirely different.
The VA Center in Amarillo was pretty good when I was there.
Yeah.
I don't know about now, but.
Well, there are a
Dallas,
couple of people that from here that go to Amarillo.
Hmm?
Because they were originally stuck with Dallas and going, no fucking way.
Dallas, the DFW one is apparently not good.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Let's see here. I was thinking, and I should have done that.
David says, Cedar, embrace the power of and. Yeah.
Why not both? I actually had something to talk about, and once again, it's gone off into the ether.
Oh, did that at lunch too.
Speaking of Bridget, Larry has revealed he signed a contract with Athon Publishing.
Yeah.
For a lit RPG book, which ought to be fantastic. Well done, Larry Correa.
Yeah, he's going to be able to play with some of the things he's done and some of the gaming that he does.
Mm-hmm.
Diverse income streams is a good thing.
Yeah.
Yes, always.
And for those of you who don't know, the Liz Yarborough that we wished happy birthday to is Sushi Fox.
Yeah.
It's a good day. I can actually see the chat.
Atheon.
Athon, yeah. Athon.
Don't ask me how to spell that. Just it's Atheon.
Aethon.
All right, whatever. They know English. I do not. The opposite of TGIF. Sorry, honey. It's Thursday. Yeah. Progressive fantasy. Apparently, there is a difference.
Don't get me the line.
Yeah, because Bane does not do progressive fantasy.
I don't know. I'm too busy trying to keep my ducks in a row in my own small publishing house.
Ducks never line up. Trust me.
Oh, they do if you staple them to the top of the desk or the table you're giving your panel from.
Yeah.
Makes it a little harder to yank them loose and throw them at participants, but what the hell?
Well, Jesse made you some extra ones.
Going blind, not allowed. You're a bit behind the power curve there, Don.
What'd you say, Don?
Going blind, not allowed. She's a little bit behind the power curve.
What?
Yeah. Let's see, what else is there? We had wait till y'all see the cover for Pinup Noir 3. Oh Lord, that's a good one. That'll work. Although I thought it was going to be the brunette with the hat.
That is the one.
Yes.
You were looking at number 4.
Oh, sorry. I was looking at Pinup Noir 4. My bad.
Sorry, I didn't mean to throw too much at you.
Cedar is busy trying to influence an entire genre. And we keep passing her brown paper sacks to breathe into because
Don says if you're blind, you can't come visit me and hunt.
Well, you have to talk to the gods. So yeah, we're actually last I checked, and this may have changed because things change. And I don't always get the warning order. We're doing 5 pinup noirs.
6.
Apparently, new warning order. We're doing 6.
David wants to know if he can get a preview of Pinup Noir 4 cover.
No. You're gonna have to wait.
No.
You have to wait like the rest of us. It's really a kick-ass cover.
Well, you didn't have to wait. Some of us may have to wait.
Yeah, point. It's a really kick-ass cover. Cedar, like I said, she's trying to influence the noir. And that's we're discovering that pulp and noir is kind of Raconteur's niche. Everybody's got a niche. Excuse me. Athon's niche is lit RPG. Ours appears to be pulp and noir. And I'm quite happy with that.
Mainly pulp.
Very pulp. Considering I cut my teeth on Edgar Rice Burroughs and H. Rider Haggard and Robert E. Howard, I'm good with that. Let's see.
Mike, I am actually not using the Blue Yeti today. I'm back on the Logitech that's attached to the camera.
Webcam, yeah.
Yeah. The Blue Yeti has been cutting out after about 30 to 35 minutes. We've switched cables. I've deleted a couple of files, and it's still screwing up.
And
so
the thing that really sets the cat among the pigeons as far as that goes is we're really not sure if it's the mic or if it's YouTube.
Yeah.
It could be either one.
Well, we shall see.
No, don't show that to the screen.
I'm not
You can look at it. Show it to Jen though, because he gets to see.
Oh,
That's all three of them.
Yeah, that's the
Mhm.
first three.
You guys just get to wait. So
it's still not number 4.
nope.
No,
Nope.
I'll show you number 4
I
later.
got 4 right here. I can't believe we're doing this to the audience.
I can wait. We are a giant tease.
You so
Well,
are.
T cells.
Females. Oh, yeah.
Nice, huh?
Uh-huh.
We have to keep some secrets.
So here's the thing. We went very retro noir when we started up with
Yeah.
pinup noir because the inspiration image was noir old school. But noir shouldn't be anchored in one era.
No.
And
Oh, no.
that's and our pinup noir stories certainly are not anchored in one era. They're from all over the place into the future
Yeah.
and possible alternate worlds.
Yeah.
So the next cover is going to reflect that
Mhm.
broadening of the genre.
Mhm.
And by broadening, I mean multiple broads.
Never mind. I didn't just do that.
So
I resemble that remark.
noir, I consider hell Blade Runner's noir. Anybody who doesn't think Blade Runner's noir needs to
Yeah.
rethink the whole thing. Blade Runner's noir, Cyberpunk's noir. We'll take it.
Yeah.
I am quite happy to explore noir in all of its various aspects: science fiction, fantasy, hard-boiled detective, everything. I'm quite
Sir
happy.
Brass nailed it. The broadening with
Yes.
broads and capitals.
Yes.
Thank you, Michael. I'll shoot me a message or a text at oldnfo@gmail.com and we'll see if we can work something out.
Yeah, Frank's being bitchy this
Yeah.
morning.
And it could be that we've just got a mic that overheats. I don't know.
Well, because
should.
it works. It seems to work just fine for the broadcast.
Yeah, but you're not on a Mac, are you?
Not at this point, no, but we have done it successfully before. But the other thing is you've got a dongle connecting the USB to the Mac. So I wonder if it's the dongle.
I've changed dongles and it does not make a difference.
Then that answers that troubleshooting question.
This is the newer version of the Mac without the full size.
Mhm.
Well,
So I have no choice.
and we don't know
Yeah.
whether it's actually it could be the mic, it could be friggin' YouTube.
Or it could be the goddamn computer don't like it,
Yeah.
which is what Ag Tiger found. And I did remove that file and it still didn't help.
I just
What we might wind up doing in the very long run is having a dedicated computer of some kind for
Yeah.
live streams and recording.
that's been discussed
Yeah.
Yes.
because apparently in our outreach, our Hearts and Minds, our Hearts and Minds program,
Yeah.
we not one here.
Farts and minds, never mind.
We use live streaming and podcasts a lot for outreach.
Yeah, Sir Brass, it could also be Apple and a Mac. Yeah. Which is what I tend to think it is, to be perfectly honest. But I gave up on Windows after they stopped servicing Windows 7. So 2 to the heart, 1 to the mind. Yeah, that works too.
Grab by the balls or Hearts and Minds will follow.
Yeah.
You know, there are multiple ways that can actually be true because it can be forceful and it can also be the ladies are persuasive.
Yes.
As one, I should know.
Done properly,
And
yes.
I am not going there.
Done properly, yes. Ladies trying to be guys are not nearly as persuasive as you'd think.
I used Linux back a few years ago, and that was a bigger pain in the ass because trying to figure out what went with Ubuntu, what didn't, which version of what worked and which one didn't. And I said, to hell with this mess.
Free Range Oyster and Company
Yeah.
apparently took one look at me, dumped Windows on the desktop I now use for writing, and said, "Go forth and sin no more."
Yeah. And no touch of nothing.
Don't touch anything.
Well, I mean, it's like me. I have to have both a Mac and a Windows
Yeah.
machine because I have programs that I use extensively that have to run on one or
Oh,
the
yeah.
other. They don't combine.
Yeah.
So, sadly,
Does everybody remember way back in the early days of my blog when I told everybody that the magic box elves ran the thing, and I would sacrifice a bucket of Kentucky Fried Chicken and go, "Work, magic box elves," and that's how my computer worked. I'm not any different. I'm not a Luddite, but
everybody,
and type
everybody has their strengths.
Yeah.
And the only
computer
reason,
stuff's not mine.
the only reason I can do computer stuff is because there was a point in my life where I had to.
Yeah.
I didn't have anybody I could ask for help.
Do you need a government overthrown? I'm your guy. Do you need your computer worked on? Sorry.
RK, you can keep that friggin' word perfect. I hate that program.
There's some people though that's the thing that they love.
We had to use that at work when I worked
Mhm.
for the
Mhm.
Navy. And I had a 100+ page report decide it was going to walk away in word perfect.
Oh no. Yeah.
And it corrupted the backup too.
Oof.
And people think I'm kidding. No, I'm
Mm.
not.
Yeah.
No, I mean it's just the way it is.
My local AT&T store, bless their hearts, apparently has my name in the database. Don't give him a smartphone. I walked in there one time when I broke the DERP phone and told them I wanted a smartphone that had been eating paint chips.
Yeah.
And they kind of looked at me squirrely. And apparently entered that. And I look at it, I break them. This thing's broken to hell and gone. I had S7 Active, which was, I think, Samsung's the last or next to last armored phone, military phone. Worked great. Then
Yeah.
Samsung stopped making them. Of course, because I liked it. They stopped making it. I need an armored phone. And I need one that goes, it works. If I have to fiddle around with it, I'm toast. Computers are not my thing. And this is a computer.
Yeah.
It ain't my thing.
What does looking squirrely mean? Look at Ian on a given day. Yeah. Phone armor, OtterBox. OtterBox is fairly good.
Rita's got an Xcover Pro. It's bigger than this one. This one doesn't fit in my pocket without steamrolling the kids every time I sit down.
The last phone that I had that was a really nice little pocket phone was an Apple, so you wouldn't want it, but the little the iPhone SE or whatever it was, but it was a little bitty thing, and it was super sturdy. And battery eventually.
The very first, what I called the DERP phone, was a Samsung Rugby Pro, and it was about half the size of this. It was armored, and it was a brick,
Mm-hmm.
and I loved that thing.
I miss my Motorola StarTAC.
You would. Do you still have the first blanket you sent the smoke signals with?
Burnt a hole in it.
Burn the blanket. No. Start building.
Oh, Michael got you.
Well,
Do you need a phone with a glow stick so when you look at it squirrely?
seriously. I would still have the Rugby Pro if I hadn't used it as a distraction device and it exploded. I dropped that thing multiple places, and I wound up using it as a distraction device before a fight.
Yeah.
And that was apparently the last straw. And my Rugby Pro went, and I had the pieces in my hand, and I went to AT&T and said, "Fix it." And they went, "We can't." I said, "Replace it." They said, "Sir, that model hasn't been in production for," and I hate it when they looked at me and they paused and said, "years." That's when I got the Samsung 7 Active. It was great. Little bigger than the Rugby Pro. Little bigger. Worked a treat. Did everything I needed it to. Got dropped. Stepped on by a horse. Everything worked just fine. And finally, something happened and the battery went. And they gave me this one. And I don't like this one.
Yeah.
It's big. It gets my pocket. And I put it in my left front pocket. I sit down and my voice goes up 3 octaves.
So that's what happened at lunch.
I am very hard on phones.
Yeah. RK, I'm the same way. I can't wear an electric watch. I kill the batteries in it, which really made it fun going through flight training because they issue you an electric watch that you're supposed to use for calculations. And it lasts 3 days and die.
Oh, I was actually, they want to know
13 phones and 10 computers in 12 years. Damn, differ.
Yep. Differs is the magic elf. Differs is a magic elf.
Ah.
In the other direction.
The other
Wally wants to know
Banshee.
about. Okay, I was in the jail, and I was a lieutenant, so I had phone privileges, and I was talking to Rita on the phone as I did my tier walk around, make sure everything was okay. I walked around the corners, an inmate posting up, starting a fight in the hall with some officers. It's like, hey, hey, honey, how you doing? Bounced off his forehead. It worked.
Yeah.
Then I picked up the 4 different pieces that were on the floor, and I started crying. Apparently, Rita went, huh, Ian must be doing something. Went back to whatever she was doing.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I will not fix your computer. Yeah. Yeah. Timex Quartzes is another one.
I'm told that Samsung has what they call the X-Cover Field, which is basically a Samsung 7 Active, but I can't get one. It's been back ordered. Apparently, it's been out of production for a year, but it's basically a 7 Active with some updated thing.
So it's
Who's
a boat
gonna use
anchor
it?
to
Who's
start
gonna use
with.
it?
Yeah.
Right. But it's been out of production. It's like, get me one. We can't, because every time they're always sold out. Somebody loves them.
Yeah. Probably somebody overseas.
Probably. That's
Seco Kinetic. God, I hadn't thought of that watch in years.
I
Yes, they actually worked.
They do make flip phones for old people, and I really want one, but I am currently at the stage in my publishing career where I need more access to my people than flip phones give me.
Yeah.
Also, if you do, any of you consider looking at flip phones for old people, read the reviews.
Yeah.
Because Sanford really, really wanted a flip phone after his last one died. The hinges started coming
Yeah.
apart. He did not want to go to a smartphone. And I went through and I was looking. I was going to get him what he wanted. And all the reviews were universal that it's really hard to hear on, or
Yeah.
just was
I
flimsy.
think John was being sarcastic when he said the old people.
So, no, I'm serious, because I
Yeah.
mean, Cedar doesn't
Cindy.
ask for much. So when he does ask me for something, I try to comply. Now, the ironic thing is I wound up having to get him a smartphone because the flip phones all sucked.
Yeah.
And then he discovered he could read on the smartphone, and now you can't pry it out of his hand.
Yeah. Cindy's an old friend from Georgia. She's a nurse down there who had a heart attack here not too long ago. Cindy, what the hell have you been doing to yourself?
Don't do that, Cindy.
Yeah.
We're not big fans of people we know getting sick.
Yeah.
Way too much of that shit going on. I'm tired of it.
And she also makes some beautiful cakes. She does cake decorating
Ooh.
as a sideline. And they are amazing.
Speaking of somebody that works at a raisin farm, if your great grandma is north of 90, don't get her an iPhone.
Yeah.
Because she will love you for it. She'll tell you how much she likes it, and when you leave, she'll come and ask me. There's this one little darling, bless her heart, who has managed to lose the phone icon on her iPhone. And when,
Say what?
yeah, she deleted the one you push to get
Yeah.
to actually use it as a phone. Shocker, I know. She managed to delete it. When I called Apple, they said, you can't do that. I said, would you like me to send it to you? And they said, that's okay, sir. And we had to do something that involved trees, I think. Something about root. I don't know. Something involving trees. And then they said, what we're going to do is we'll make sure she can't do that again. I said, if you just told me it's not possible, they said, okay. But we're going to fix it. So we did. And 2 weeks later, I called back, said, hey, I need to talk to Darlene. It's like, sir, I just need to talk to Darlene. It's like, hello, Darlene. It's Ian again. And she said, what? Yeah, I said, she's managed to delete. She said, oh, son of a bitch. So I bet this one's not getting recorded for training purposes.
Factory reset, yeah.
I don't know. Right. Rootkit.
Yeah,
Apple. I don't
root
know.
access, yeah.
It worked. It did. It flashed a whole bunch of funny colors. Then it came back and everything was normal. That's all I
Yeah.
can tell you.
About family who want to RV Europe until the kids grow up. Yeah,
Why?
get away from the kids. Leave the kids at home, take an RV, go to Europe. Yeah.
You're not going to enjoy it.
Yeah. Well,
RV in Europe is not, I mean,
no, it's not.
honestly, if you do that sort of thing, just buy yourself an extended cruise ticket.
Yeah. RVs in Europe are about the size of a Toyota pickup. And that includes the bed in the back.
I just buy yourself an extended cruise.
The roads in Europe wouldn't handle the
You're right.
RVs that you get here in
You're
the
right.
US. I mean, that's the size of a coach bus.
Yeah.
And the first time you go 2 yards off of your route and wind up in another country and the border guards search your RV, you won't want to do that again.
Yeah. Oh, they are taking the kids. That's not going to end well. World schooling. Yeah, right.
You will bounce in a pothole, bounce 3 feet to the left, wind up in a separate country, and the border guards will spend the next day tearing your RV apart.
Yeah. And they won't put it back together, by the way.
I don't know about the RV thing, but there are a couple of YouTube channels where the family is traveling all over the place and taking their kids with them.
Yeah,
But
Mercedes
generally
does
not
make
an
a
RV.
nice European RV, Tom. If you're a munchkin.
Well, I mean, the kids are munchkins.
Yeah.
How many kids are we talking here?
Yeah. Small class C with less functional stuff. Yeah.
I just, no.
Cindy says parents are 82 and 89, still trying to figure out the VCR. So you left and they lost control of the VCR.
I miss VCRs.
And
I could understand.
and she goes, and I'm not putting a smartphone in their hands. Can't say I blame you there. Y'all can have all the friggin' cruises you want. I've had my share of cruises. Thank you very much. I wouldn't take a cruise on a cruise ship if you gave me the presidential quarters on the frickin' things.
No, but it's honest God, and as bad as I would not want to go on a cruise, it's preferable to renting an RV around Europe.
True.
So that should tell you something.
My dad told me the other night, I was talking to him, because we've talked more this last week. Takes a death to get us talking, but my stepmother loves cruises. That is her thing. They go on multiple cruises every year. And he's telling me gleefully how they've got a cruise plotted out that they'll be going over to Europe, to Portugal, and I don't know what else, and then coming back via like the Canary Islands or something.
It's
and I'm like, it's like 3 weeks on the boat, or
Yeah.
more, longer than that,
It's
actually, I think.
probably
But,
a month.
yeah,
What you refer to as what you would refer to as a 3-week incubation period,
right.
because it's a petri dish with propellers.
Unfortunately, Dad's not up to the physical stuff he used to do.
And a couple of thousand people all going to the same friggin' island, the same little places. No, just friggin' no.
They cruise on the same boats often enough. They have favorite staff that they have kind of adopted as subsidiary grandchildren. It's a whole other thing. It's like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
this is
the,
weird. It doesn't sound like fun to me.
the problem is there are 2,000 crewmen on the boat,
Uh-huh.
50 of whom actually run the boat.
Right.
The other 1,995
Run the passengers.
run the passengers. Yeah.
Honestly, I mean, the 50 that run the boat are probably grateful for the 1900 buffer between them and the passengers.
But they don't all speak the same language,
No.
including the 50 that run the boat.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen them dead in the water. I've seen them on fire. I've seen the crew abandoning the passengers.
The thing that annoys me about cruises, about cruise ships in particular, other than the fact that Wow, there's a lot of diseases on board that ship.
Yeah.
Is the crew is altogether too up in my business. If I want to slip over the side one night and then come back, it shouldn't be anybody else's. Why are you giggling? I got things I want to do, and I don't want anybody.
Oh, sorry.
Customs
Ag.
and borders are a little inconvenient sometimes. That's all I'm going to say.
They think they can live for 10 years driving in Europe without worrying about visas.
If they stay in the Schengen, yes, but that gets
Yeah.
awfully boring, awfully quick. Yeah, it's
It should put people on Oceanus in 86 and Achille Lauro in 94. Yeah.
it's they're way too up in your business. It's like, and there's things you can do this, you can't. No guns, no knives.
No.
Not going to happen.
Now, I'll admit a 5-inch 54 is a nice thing to have trailing along.
I'm just
And
not,
some SM3s and a couple of Sea Whiz.
I'm not going to get patted down for guns before I get on a boat with 2003 strangers for 3 weeks. Not going to happen. And plus, if I need to go wandering one night for reasons y'all don't need to know about, I don't want people up my business. It annoys the crap out of me.
Well, and it's
Freighters are a lot better that way. They don't give a shit if you pop off and never
Yeah.
come back.
well, in that situation down in the Bahamas where those 2 girls got raped this past weekend off a cruise ship.
Freighters are much better as long as you're male and your knuckles stay off the carpet most of the time. Freighters are great. You can do a lot of stuff on tramp freighters. You hand the purser money at the beginning. That gives you access to the kitchen and food of varieties.
Yeah.
And they don't bother you. They don't ask questions. They don't care.
Well, I'll admit Navy food's probably not as good as what's on a cruise ship, but at least it's consistent.
Why is she plugging in her
Navy ship would do the same thing, Sir Brass.
Charging.
Ew.
You
Cedar's
have to
apparently
charge
charging
your
her pencil.
pen.
Yes.
Oh,
It talks
okay.
to the iPad. I'm drawing. This is what I do while you guys chat. I listen and I draw. Ian fidgets, I draw. Same thing.
That's one of the reasons I've got the camera set is people have noticed I'm not fidgeting. No, you're just not seeing me fidget.
Yeah.
If I keep my hands down low, y'all can't see what I'm doing.
I
Cedar's giggling at me again.
can honestly say I've never seen a pen that had to be charged.
I have multiple pens that have to be charged. Not all of them are for use with this thing.
Rafter says, lesson learned, don't get on a boat where Moss Hill is an entertainer. He was a hero of Oceanus and was only Achille Lauro when it caught fire too. Yeah.
Oh, really? Achille Lauro, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
See? Painting.
Waves. Big waves.
It's funny. I always think mountains and you think waves.
Yeah.
It's just a different.
Ian
You're
fidgets,
spending
I
enough time
draw.
on the
Same thing.
ocean. So.
Except Cedar's drawing is much quieter than Ian's fidgeting.
Yeah.
Apparently, my fidgeting's been very quiet the last few podcasts because y'all haven't noticed.
Because we took everything away from you.
I have not. I have not.
Yeah. At least he's not building and cleaning weapons on air. Yeah. That would get us kicked off YouTube in a hurry.
That's why I'm not, because
Would it? Because I know that there's a bunch of YouTube channels that have people
apparently,
doing
if
weaponry
apparently
stuff.
I was researching that. And apparently, if you're a dedicated, if the purpose of your channel is that, it's okay.
Yeah. But
But if-
anybody else,
Mm,
if I showed loading a weapon on this channel, it would be gone the next day.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I know the slow-mo guys were doing stuff with shooting.
Yeah.
But honestly, I don't recall.
But that's
if
a
they were-
dedicated channel. That's all they do.
No, they do a bunch of stuff. Doesn't always involve a gun. But I'm not sure I saw them loading it. I think they may have just have seen them firing it and then doing the super slow-mo bits flying everywhere, which is so much fun.
Farm Girl says he hasn't disassembled a reasonable pin lately. That's because
You haven't seen it.
If I do it down here, which I've been doing, I've done a whole bunch of fidgeting y'all know nothing about, and I'm quite proud of that.
Yeah, Nancy, that nurse who was on the Titanic, the Britannic, and the Olympic, all three.
Ugh.
She used all her luck up.
Oh, Helen's here. Well, shit, there's a roast in the oven. I gotta miss this cruise.
And Courtney goes, I've hidden my fancy pens from him.
I will occasionally handy in a pen or a pencil or my flashlight.
Yeah. Have a
It's-
good one, Sir Brass.
He's usually good about putting it together just the way he found it. So
Somebody asked me, somebody who should have known better told me there was no way you could sneak out of the U.S.
what?
What?
I mean,
Yeah.
you could sneak into it easily enough. We know that.
You can sneak out just as friggin' easily.
You can sneak out a hell of a lot easier.
Yeah. Tom's going, great. Now I've got Dear My God to Thee running through my head. Well, considering some of your song choices, Tom.
No kidding. It's a Garmana on there. Here, Tom. Tom's ringphone actually is Garmana.
Yeah.
Gammon from Garmana. It's Swedish punk rock.
Yeah.
They sing stories. It's Garmana. Garmana.
Yeah.
Gammon is the song you want. And you'll know it when you see it. If you have epilepsy, don't tune up the video.
If I ever build my own house, I swear to God, I'm going to have a gun room that is solid white with the floor sloping to the center. So those friggin' springs
Oh,
will show up in the center of the room.
Not where I was going with that.
He was not installing a drain.
No, not a drain.
Jonna understands.
Yeah.
No, you go down to Galveston, allegedly, as a creative articulation. You go down to Galveston or Corpus Christi, you get on a fishing boat. You slip the captain an extra 100, he drops you off on a beach in Mexico.
Yep.
That's all you got to do. Then you take your Maltese passport, allegedly, and you go to catch a ride to Mexico. It works, allegedly.
Yeah, William, it definitely makes an easier cleanup. And oh, by the way, if you ever drop a tin of primers, do not use the vacuum cleaner to get them up. Blew up a rainbow, no less. That did not end well, trust me. That was an expensive mistake. Yeah. Well, it was even worse when it hit a cluster. Shit, son of a bitch. Then the
There was a time so good.
friggin' vacuum cleaner stopped sucking. Well, it sucked to start with, but it went downhill from there.
Damn fine Dr. Pepper.
Uh,
There was a time when somebody may have spilled his, or actually dropped a test tube of ammonium triiodide he was fiddle farting around with. And
hey, Brennan. Yeah.
thing about marble floors in Africa is there's a lot of pits in marble floors.
Yep.
And you can paper towel up your purple dust of happiness, but you won't get it all. And you can send your mother shrieking for the rafters if she's walking through the house and her stiletto heel hits a patch of your nitrogen triiodide
Bang.
and the floor explodes.
Yeah. It's even more fun if it's carpet, because then you get a fire to go with it.
We had rugs.
Yeah.
Overseas, there aren't many. When I was there weren't many wall-to-wall carpets. It was basically marble or concrete floor with rugs, which I don't mind.
Yeah. It definitely turns purple. You're right about that. Yeah. Now, if you've ever launched a recoil spring or any number of springs out of a gun or certain other parts, when you're in a hurry trying to get it put back together because you have a match the next day and you don't have a spare, Yeah, that's why white room with a floor that slopes to the center.
When you are in the famous protective mass checking chamber, the gas chamber in the Army, the CS that they set off that you're in there to be tortured, excuse me, check your protective mask, comes in capsules about yay big, and it's gray crystals.
Mm.
And it in 1985, the gray crystals in the CS capsules were the exact same color as the sand in the ashtray at the Sergeant Major smoke pit. And if you go back after, when you're doing a police call after you've been tortured, excuse me, check your protective mask, and get all the unburned ones. And if you should allegedly stir them into the Sergeant Major's the sand in his ashtray, every time he puts out a cigar, he'll gas himself. And you get to lower Fort Jackson by 6 feet, even though there was no proof. The allegations were enough. There was no proof I did it.
It was a smile on your face might have given you away. Yeah. Yeah, metal version of the various Christmas carols played with a AR. Yes, that was rather good.
That was the Black Rifle guys.
Yep. Another entry for Skippy's list. Yeah.
Sergeant Major had himself, and senior field leader had himself as a hell of a smoke pit, had a cover over it, and had this. And so somebody, not me, emptied a whole bunch of CS crystals in there. And every time they put out their cigars, they got gassed. And which I thought was payback for some of the crap they put us through. There were a whole bunch of shit in basic. It wasn't necessary.
Gas test with a camphor candle. Oh, damn.
That's a new one.
Yeah. You talk about getting people's attention. When I was a young sailor, we had an ensign walk in to the shop as we were putting cigarettes out in the JP5 ashtray. I thought he was going to have a heart attack because for some reason he thought that was gasoline.
I can't see why. They smell just like petrol.
JP is a different smell than gasoline. Trust me.
It's all petrol.
Yes, but it does not light.
I know.
Takes a significant amount of heat. But he came and harassed us out for something, and we all went chick at the same time. And he hit the door on a run. Went to the CO, accused us of trying to burn the hangar down. No, Rick, they don't.
Man, my drill sergeants in senior field had a case of the acid me all through basic.
Well, that might have been a reason for that.
I must have lowered the number of push-ups I did. I must have lowered Fort Jackson by at least 6 feet. I just
butter bar is a butter bar, unless they're a Mustang, and then it gets interesting.
I just 01E is a good rank.
Yeah.
02E, 03E. Apparently 04s don't have the E after it.
Nope. So I retired as an 03E.
Greg is feeling feisty today.
Greg, I'm on a roll. Why the second lieutenants and ensigns have gold bars to distinguish them from officers?
I can't say he's wrong.
Yeah, but it's fun when you go back to the squadron as a 01E and they go, and we're going to put you, shit, we can't put you there. Yeah, we can't give you that. We can't make you late. God damn it, go to tactics. Go away. So I at least got out all the little shit jobs that you normally get as a junior officer.
I'm pretty sure that basic training is meant to be at least in the 80s was a psychological thing.
Oh yeah, it still is.
Just it's
Always has been.
Psychology overwhelm you, and it just didn't work.
It was designed to break you down, build you back up, and get you to obey orders.
It's like, this is stress?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, for some people, it was a version of stress.
Mm.
For a lot of us, yeah.
Oh, look.
You know, country boys are going, really? Is this it? Yeah. Oh, yeah, Greg. Wear your ribbons as a second lieutenant. Yeah.
Yeah.
That screws them up. Although what screws them up even worse is when you have an E3 with ribbons and decorations that are Army and a lieutenant who doesn't bother to check before he writes somebody up.
I thought we had an E3 that he hated wearing his dress greens. Back when I was in, it was dress greens because you could see the stitching marks from where he had been in E6.
Yeah. Now, we had a guy retire as an E4 out of Glencoe. Second lieutenant bars warn others they could be asses.
How do we get off on military? I always promised myself we wouldn't get off on the military
Yeah.
stuff here. Because once we get off on the military, we lose half our audience.
Yeah.
Let's see. We've discussed the theoretical illegal border crossing.
Well, I started because of the illegals in the VA. So sorry about that, folks.
Yeah, there's so much we could talk. And I'm
Cedar,
blanking.
say
Yes.
something.
I mean, I'm over here trying to do ocean colors, which isn't easy because, well,
You switched the mountains to oceans.
There is
you
a
said
9-0
waves,
Supreme
I'm
Court
like,
ruling.
okay, waves. I can go with the waves.
Yeah,
I can't draw
9-0
a
from
boat, but
9-0 for the Supreme Court is a definite smack on the pee-pee for somebody.
Yeah, that's the Colorado decision,
Yeah.
right?
I don't know.
did the Supreme Court rule on that Colorado
They
decision?
they had. I saw briefly across my. I've got a ticker across the bottom of my computer. That's got,
Federal agencies can be sued. Yes. That is amazing. That got a 9-0.
and that was somebody got right on
Yeah.
that. Yeah, federal agencies can be sued. I love the fact that they made a decision. It's still not going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be nice to be able to hold people accountable, but
Well, was it North Dakota suing the federal government over the pipeline up there?
How many lawsuits has Texas had against the federal government?
A bunch. With more going.
So the trend on X today is the Fannie Willis hearing, the
Oh, yeah.
the Fulton County prosecutor.
Oh, that
So
one.
MSNBC is going, whoa, she just lost all her credibility. Damn.
Yeah.
I mean, they.
No.
Well, when you pay your lover in cash and he puts your fancy trips on his business travel card, yeah, it's still going on.
Well,
And-
they tied him in knots earlier today.
oh, they totally did. He stormed out. It was pretty hilarious.
Yeah.
And
You're
now
allowed to
she's
storm out?
oh yeah, apparently yes. And now she's on the stand throwing papers around and yelling, which is pretty amusing. So
Yeah.
it's
that does
when
sound
MSNBC says, "Oh, you're toast, honey," you're toast.
screwed.
So yeah.
Oh, there's political rent. Got into this one at lunch. Honestly, Trump needs to retire and just. There's nothing that man can do right now that will advance this country in any way.
Because he's going to be sued
He's
every day.
Yep.
he just needs to retire and be the gray eminence behind the throne. He can do that easy. He can retire and be a kingmaker. His ego won't let him, but he can't do any good.
Yeah.
He can't. If you thought the government was against him his first term, second term would be much worse, and people will be supporting it.
Oh, I missed that one, Dan. He said sometimes she paid him back in cash. Sometimes she paid him back in other ways. Oh, ow.
It is traditional.
Yeah.
Oh wait, did I say that? My
Yeah.
bad.
No comment.
But it wasn't a bad president. It wasn't the best one, wasn't the worst one. He was solid middle of the pack. Didn't get us in any wars, which is always, for me, is always a plus. Actually followed through with some of his promises, which was good. It's kind of odd to have a politician promise stuff during the election process and actually follow through once he made office.
Yes, 93% of the time.
Kind of weird.
Yeah.
But he really needs to. He can't. There's both the front runners just need to retire and take care of the grandkids or the grandkids they'll admit to.
Yeah.
It's just he can't.
Now Ramaswamy is a snake. I don't trust him as far as I can throw him.
Mm,
Of course, I don't trust most politicians as far as I can throw them.
they're politicians.
Yeah.
Politics.
Yeah.
I forget who said that politics was a compound word from poly, meaning many, and ticks being blood-sucking insects.
Yeah.
Somebody much more famous than me said that. I forget who the hell it was.
Oh, that's the
Okay.
case.
My dad.
Department of Agriculture, Rural Development, Rural Housing Service versus Kurtz. That's good.
We'll take it.
The bride at every wedding and the corpse at every funeral. Yeah.
But and Biden, for God's sake, Biden, somebody please take him to a home. What they're doing to that man is elder abuse. It
Yeah.
really is.
Well, it's Jarrett and Obama's are the ones that are doing it.
I don't know, don't care, but whoever the Democratic National Committee is committing elder abuse on that poor bastard. Personally, I'm a big fan of going to a small Midwestern college, going over to the history department, asking the chair emeritus of the history department, "Hey, does this rag smell like chloroform to you?" And he wakes up, he's in the Oval Office.
Yeah.
Because really, we just need a history professor, a good history professor, to smooth things over for a while. Things are getting too kinetic, and I really don't like it.
Yeah.
People are too busy punting the nitroglycerin around.
Yeah.
And it's like, look, nitro, pow. It's like, what the hell? Stop kicking the nitro. So just find some chairman of the history department of a small Midwestern community college, hit him with a blackjack, stick him in the Oval Office, say, "Congratulations, you're president."
Yeah. And on that news, let's move on to something else.
Something more cheerful.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
Pretty bad when I got a call for something cheerful.
Tom wrong to me. "Dear Penthouse, I'm a history professor at a small Midwestern university. I never thought this would happen to me."
Oh, God. Some of those Penthouse stories, you got to wonder who wrote those and what they were on when they wrote them.
Hey, it's wish fulfillment fantasy. It's a genre.
My God.
Somebody was getting
Those on Amazon.
paid a healthy amount of change for basically short stories.
Right.
For adults.
That's exactly what they were. They were short stories for adults. Nowadays, you can put them on Amazon and make a career out of it.
They were not even close to believable.
No, but
They're
who cares?
Fantasy.
Good.
Fantasy is an acceptable genre.
Dragons.
Yes, dragons. Minibuses full of co-eds. Same thing.
When I refer to
They were
FMs,
obviously people that had never been to Southeast Asia because you could fulfill your fantasies over there.
when
I
I
am not asking.
when I refer to FMs in military parlance, an FM is a field manual. It's basically a book on how to do something in the field. When I refer to FMs,
Nice.
field is not the F part of that. It's a fluff manual. And it's basically there's some E4 is going to have a steamer trunk. I think I just wiped out Cedar. You've got
Cedar's
kids.
trying not to say something.
Got kids.
We call him the porn king.
Yeah, but you
There
would
was
have
always one.
a box full of FMs, and it was Penthouse and Playboy.
Yeah.
And the little ones they could do, the collected years edition of letters to Penthouse were the most popular.
Yeah.
Do not return them sticky.
Well, I mean,
Politics, porn. Let's get religion
but here's the thing, which is that not only did somebody get paid to write those, but
Paid rather well, apparently.
but that's what people wanted to read. There is a market there.
That's why they could get paid, is because people were buying them.
Right.
Have fun. Get paid.
Yes.
I think some of those people went looking and went, I got to try that one. When's the next
I
deployment?
know for a fact that that's happened more than once. I know for a fact that I know for a fact that
Female soldier reading penthouse letters makes great jamming. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not the only thing that's been used for jamming.
Yeah.
Not the only thing that's been used for jamming.
No. I'm not going to say it. I'm going to be good.
The one time that after everybody knows that I had to deal with the lightning fast chicken fuckers. Excuse me, Signals Intercept Group at Aberdeen Proving Ground. We call them that because their shoulder patch was an eagle riding a lightning bolt.
Yeah.
Lightning fast chicken fuckers. Signals Intercept Group. I had to deal with them. We had a long running feud during TDY at Aberdeen Proving Grounds, and I got somehow wound up back liaising with them a couple years down the road. And one of the evil little bastards had stripped the audio out of Behind the Green Door. Does everybody knows what a number station is, right?
Mm-hmm.
For those of you who don't know, a number station, there probably still are, used to be, probably still are, stations that will broadcast just numbers. And basically what it is, the Cuba's real bad about it.
Yeah.
The Soviet Union used this as a secure contact for agents in place in the field, because all you do is turn on radio and you'd listen for a series of numbers. Apparently, if you strip out the audio to Behind the Green Door and you overpower it on somebody's number station, you will wipe out a week's worth of updates with a quickness.
Yeah.
Yes,
Well, and the girls did have Playgirl.
I don't think that was for the girls.
Not really.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I'm not that familiar with, to be honest, all of the skin mags out there, but I
know they sold a lot of them to the women in the military.
Yeah, I'm sure that there were things out there.
And I'm pretty sure, because I've seen it happen, that the ladies who were buying it for a friend who might be on the floofy side, and it could not be seen in a don't ask, don't tell military buying Playgirl magazines at the PX.
Well, so Playgirl was very much what a guy thought a woman wanted to see in a skin mags. It was just kind of.
It was what gay guys wanted to see in skin mags.
Well,
Pretty much, yeah.
For me, I've got my Michael Stokes calendar.
Michael Stokes,
which
yeah.
is premium beefcake.
Yeah.
And also is amusing as heck because of my son's reaction when he first saw it. So I have this year's hung up in my art room, which used to be his bedroom. And I'm just waiting for him to walk in there and go, mother says.
Oh.
As an artist, it's an art reference tool.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Women just aren't as visual. No, they're not.
Most women are not visual, which is why erotica as a genre, the written
is descriptive,
is much more descriptive. But even above and beyond that, for women, it's more about the emotion necessarily than the byplay descriptive. Not always, but women tend to veer towards, they want a lot more emotion in their
well, women are a lot more descriptive than men ever thought about being.
Well, that too, but that's, I mean, just aside from the whole visual versus textual.
Yeah.
So.
I'm glad you didn't hear that.
I catch I was talking.
Good thing she didn't hear that.
I will try to be good, because usually I reserve these rants for the broadcast where there's no men in the room. And I can remember what Ian's reaction was halfway through recording of one broadcast.
Because y'all didn't know us.
He silently got up, picked up his hat, and left. And we suddenly realized that he'd been there.
Why do you think I never come around?
Oh, yeah, no,
Take
I
my
know.
hat and go home now.
Actually, I need both of you guys for a broadcast sometime soon. We're going to do a cover thing like we did with the romance novel covers, only for Western novels.
Yeah, okay.
So what do Western covers signal to a guy? So we need the male point of view on that one. because westerns tend to be.
His book.
It's a little bit more complicated than that, I think.
Horse.
I
Book.
can bring in. I have a number of Lemoore covers I can bring.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, you can get most of them over at her house.
Well, no, because those are just brown leather.
I'm talking
which
about
is the whole thing.
paperbacks.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
right.
yeah, I have a bunch of paperbacks too, and I've got some other older western paperbacks.
Zane Grey.
Yeah, yeah, and we're gonna hit the Wichita Falls book swap,
Yeah.
and they've got a whole shelf full of westerns there. I figured I'll pull some really interesting oddballs
Yeah.
to run by you guys.
Yeah.
I don't even want to
Dave,
know where the chat just went.
No, you don't. No, you don't. Winkler, how's your how you doing there, Scooter?
Yeah. Well,
I didn't realize they were cracking your chest.
Yep, no, I think they cut him loose to go home.
Yeah.
Last I saw as far as status. So hopefully he's at home recovering.
And I didn't realize that they
yeah, no,
cracked
this
your
was-
chest.
This was a big one.
Yeah.
So a little bit worried about him. Glad
Yep.
to see he's back up and moving.
Well, at least chatting.
Yes, yes.
The
but-
movement is going to be slow.
well, yeah, but if they got him to go home, then
Yeah.
that's enough movement in the right direction.
Yeah, that's an improvement.
So-
And on that news, folks, we've wasted another hour of your time.
Boy,
God.
did this one go.
Yeah.
Ah,
Apologize for all the military talk again.
Military, porn,
Yeah.
cruises,
military porn. I mean, they go together. It's like peanut
And-
butter and jelly.
infiltrating Mexico.
Unless you're the admiral's wife at 3:00 in the morning when she flips on the TV. That one did not end well.
Oh, there's Brennan. Brennan, how's the lady doing?
The lady would like to not be pregnant anymore.
That's
She's got to be getting close.
She is.
Yeah, good.
that's apparently that's a common theme in late term pregnancies is they don't want to be it anymore.
Yeah.
Yes, you're done. You want to be done with this kid? Evict it.
When we get the next hot sauce comparison, I need to boil some chicken.
Oh, I can go pick it up at Chicken Express.
Or just boil some.
Next Thursday. No, we're not going to be here.
I'll be here.
Wait,
End of the month, maybe.
who's not going to be here Thursday? Oh, you two. Neither of you two will be here, so there's no point in me being here by myself.
No, we're not doing one from the road. You don't want that.
No.
No.
You do not want that.
So later this month, then, or next month.
Brennan
or
says she's
something.
nesting down with her parents in Phoenix. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, Anchorage by March 25th. Oh, boy.
Yeah, Brennan.
I like Texas.
Anyway, y'all have a good weekend. Be safe.
We'll see you Tuesday.
Stay warm or stay,
It's Texas.
Yeah.
Figure it out.
whatever.
Figure it out on your own.
Next Thursday, we're going to be down in Pensacola, John.
We're on the way to Pensacola.
Yeah. So,
Pensacon.
yeah.
Also the Pensacola. Wow. Pensacola Museum.
Naval Aviation Museum. So I get to go see some things that I've seen before.
Ian, make sure they don't take him and not let him go again.
Well,
But the bar is not right because it does not smell like stale beer.
and I don't care what anybody says. Jim did not sign that Pteranodon wing. I don't care what anybody says.
Remember, folks, don't sweat the petty stuff. Don't pet the sweaty stuff. We'll see you later.
Y'all be safe.
Bye-bye. God,
Sorry.
this one got totally freaking out of control.
I was